All right, welcome back, everyone. We are live. This is after our free mulligan, and I'm still not loving this hand. We're going to mulligan that one also. Going to 6. More lands is better. I like more lands better. Yeah, okay. I think that's going to work. Cool. I guess we're going to put Ilharg back. I think everything else is better than Ilharg in this moment. Maybe? I don't know. Ilharg's kind of cool. Yeah, I guess it's Ilharg. Cool. All right. Got the link sent out. There's a turn 1 Soul Ring for opponent, and we are underway. Looks like Zombie Caller's playing Golem Tribal. Should be fun. Greetings, everyone. Everyone saying hi in chat. Just watching the Kulfner video, huh? Yeah, that one's pretty silly. I was thinking that I should, like, revisit Kulfner and, like, build a real deck with it. I mean, it'll kind of just turn into, like, Carador.deck, but, you know. Got some excitement for Obeka? Yeah. Obeka looks cool. 1 in Grixis, 3/4, tap it. Target player whose turn it is may end the turn. Pretty silly. Oh, there's a Manamo. Manamo's cool. Let's see. Anything? This one comes in tapped? Yeah, that one comes in tapped. Let's get that one first. Come on. Looks like we got a little bit of lag happening. And we'll pass like that. So the theme of this deck is reanimating creatures that you're not supposed to be able to reanimate. We have all of the creatures that, or most of them, the ones that shuffle themselves whenever they hit the graveyard. And we're going to try to end the turn when that happens and then reanimate them from the graveyard, which turns out is also really good with all the sneak attack type stuff. And all of which is really good when you can end the turn when you want to. So that's the goal for today. We'll see how it goes. Our opening hand is not the best. Love a little more card draw. There's a decent amount of card draw in the deck, so hopefully we run into something. There's some filtering and some other stuff too, so hopefully we don't just get completely stuck. Our opponents are just like off to the races ramping. We got a Mana Crypt over there, Soul Ring into Burnished Heart, fantastic. Not tons and tons of removal in the deck. It's got, I would say, a medium amount. It's got 5 board wipes and like a couple of pieces of spot removal, but it's definitely on the more removal light side. But you know, if you just sneak attack an Eldrazi and Annihilator for someone, that's removal, right? Vampiric Tutor for opponent. Doc said he's interested in Obeka as a blue commander, but doesn't own any of the blue staples. Yeah, I can relate to that. Blue is the color that I'm like hurting on the most in my paper collection. I have one Rift that I just like, I think I opened at the pre-release and just like never traded at any point. And after that, my blue staples tail off pretty hard. Not so many good things happening with my blue collection, but yeah. Brings back to our turn. There's a Hellkite Courser. Didn't really need that in this moment. Kind of hoping for some more low-costed stuff, but this is how it goes. Play the Manamo, I guess. Hopefully no one wants to strip mine that, and I guess we're just gonna wait till turn 3 before we do anything. It's not the most amazing. Here's a peek at the deck. There's plenty of things at 2 mana. We just seem to miss them all. It's a little bit frustrating. Obeka was on extra turns. Did work. Yeah. I haven't seen that episode yet, but just kind of looking at it and looking through the card pool while building this deck, I'm like, this all seems really good. Just a lot of power. Just a lot of things. A lot of cards that were like already pretty playable become much better when you take away the downside. You take away the drawback. Beside the fact that, like, you know, if someone's trying to rift during your turn or even another player's turn, you can just tap it and like, hey, do you not want this rift to happen? Cool. Neither do I. Let's not have that be a thing. Opponent's gonna crack that Burnished Heart. Yep, get into the ramp. We should take a look at what our opponents are playing, by the way. First up, we have Chaotix 2075 piloting Nostro, a Voice of Crags. Oh dear lord, what? It's Just Guy 3/3. Tap it, choose one. X is the number of spells you've cast this turn. Scry X deals X damage to target creature. You gain X life. So, some sort of storm type of thing? It definitely looks interesting. We'll see what he's got. Next up, we have Mockfire piloting Itali Primal Storm. We've seen this deck a bunch of times. It's Itali. It's good. It attacks. It does things. It casts all your spells. Those are things that it does. And Zombie Caller getting himself a Mana Crypt. Yep. Everyone got the fast mana this game except us. Don't love it. Ah, the joy of Magic Online, where Mana Crypt and Vampire Tutor are cheap. Here comes Iktekik Salvage Splicer. Yep. Gonna make a Golem. And he's playing Iktekik with Casket the Flesh Sculptor. Sacrifice 3 other artifacts and creatures. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 2 into your hand, the rest in your graveyard. That's kind of cool. That's an interesting pairing to go with it. I like it. But we'll see what other tricks he's got for us. Brings back to our turn. There's another land. At least we're hitting the lands. That is a good thing. Play the Hainware Battlements in case of a wheel. Play the 1,000-Year Elixir. And we'll pass like that. Mana Crypt for opponent. Doc says, knowing KO, it's probably not Storm. Yeah, that's probably true. I'm curious to see what his plan is here. And here comes his commander, getting started early. You can play Mob Rule effects to steal your opponent's creatures for good. I don't know if that works, because I don't think Mob Rule creates a second trigger. And I think there has to be a second trigger at the end step. And there's a specific wording that happens with that, I think. Basically, anything you do has to create another trigger that you can respond to at that time. Things that just say until end of turn don't do that. So I don't think Mob Rule or Insurrection are going to work the way you want them to with Obeka. Yeah, and Ian kind of points that same thing out in the comments. Marcus asks, are there people out there who would consider a charity Commander webcam tournament like $5 to $20 to buy in with prizes? Any chance I would be down to help promote? Yeah, I'd be down to promote something like that. If you want to talk more about that, send me an email to commanderreplay@gmail.com. Inferno Titan. Yep, those are pretty good. Inferno Titan is... Actually, we got 4 toughness. Cool, I thought we were 3/3. Chaotix Commander's in trouble. At 3 toughness. It's not ideal. Iktekik gonna get shot, and we're gonna take 1 to the face, and I didn't see where the last point went. Probably Zombie Caller's face. He's at 39. Working on a full proposal for it now. Sweet. Yeah, just send me an email and we can chat about it. Mana Crypt flip for opponent. Yes, Atali could steal our Eldrazi Titans, and that would be a really bad time. And that's probably what's going to happen in this game. I just have that feeling already. Just that feeling in my bones that we're going to lose all the Eldrazi and probably lose to it. Adventure awaits. Top 5 cards, look for a creature. If you whiff, draw a card. It might work with Treacherous Urge. I have to read Treacherous Urge. I haven't seen that one in a while. Feed the Swarm, taking down the Inferno Titan. Love it. 2-mana sorcery, destroy target creature or enchantment. You lose life equal to his mana cost. Yeah, they lose a bunch. But mono black enchantment removal. You guys remember when mono black couldn't destroy enchantments? I do. It was only a couple years ago. It was like 2 years ago. Well, we're finding the lands. Good for the late game. Not great for, like, doing stuff early, but here we are. Play this polluted delta. Crack this polluted delta. What do we need? We have red. Yeah, maybe like an underground sea or something. Actually, we have triple red in hand. We'll go for Badlands. Double red, sorry. Let's cast our commander. Oh, this is going to be the worst. We have to hold up priority every turn now. That's not great. Yeah, not running Treacherous Urge specifically, but there are plenty of things similar to Treacherous Urge in this deck. Sneak Attack, Kiki Jiki. I had Blade of Selves in for a second, but I pulled it out just because it like wasn't the most fitting. Trying to get this deck down to 100 to figure out exactly what I was doing. Initially, it was going to be the bad ETB deck, and I was able to keep some of the bad ETB creatures in there, but I didn't go like full throttle with it. Opponent going to opt off of Shipwrecker Douser. Returns it to the hand. Cool. And they're going to opt with Prowess. So they've now cast, what, 3 spells this turn? They cast this thing? No, 2. And they could tap this to either scry, gain some life, or do X damage to a creature. And they're going to do some scrying. Sounds good to me. Ian asks, what card is enchantment removal for black? That would be Feed the Swarm. You also have Farika's Libation, which is a little bit less targeted. I think it's like more like an edict effect, but still reasonable if they have 1 enchantment in play. And I think there's a third one somewhere that's similar to Farika's Libation. That I remember passing by, but yeah, black has enchantment removal now. Oop, that's Valakut. That'll be a problem, I'm sure. Otepec Huntmaster. Yep. Good with Atali. Dinosaurs cost less, and you can tap it to give a creature haste. And here comes Atali. No haste, though. I mean, might as well... maybe we'll wait. Maybe we'll wait. I was going to try and tap it and do the thing, but... You know. The only reason that would work is if they misclicked, and that's not exactly the reason that you want to get people. It's a little dirty. It's a little dirty. We don't need to do that today. We're playing with some friends, Patreons. So, like, if I didn't want Atali to die, we could use this Obeka, I guess. Actually, no, because it would be their choice, but funny to think about. Death Sprout, really good card. Underrated card. I get it. It's 4 mana. People don't like their removal at 4 mana, but it's removal and ramp. So... put your Doomblade and your Rampant Growth together, make them both instant speed. Love it. Is this a CDH take? No. It should be a little bit spiky. It's full of Eldrazi and Sneak Attack type stuff. And things. It's all the creatures that say shuffle when they hit the graveyard. And the idea is that we're going to end the turn in response to those triggers and then reanimate things that we're not supposed to be reanimating. So, a little spiky, not CEDH, though. We do have Final Fortune and stuff, though. So it's mostly Obeka good stuff, like a lot of the things you'd want to run with it, but I decided to tailor it into the Reanimator direction just a bit more. So we got some fun stuff. Hopefully we find some of it. Could use a little card draw. Feeling a bit thin at the moment. One goes on the attack, and that'll bring it back to our turn. Another swamp. Yep, just hitting those lands now. All the lands. Anything on 5? Yeah, we can cast the Gravebreaker Lamia. That's something. That is a something. So I guess we play a swamp. Play an island. Again, protect ourselves against the wheel. Play this Gravebreaker Lamia. Oh, we're going to get to do the thing. It's going to take us a minute to, like, actually get it out of the graveyard, though. Gravebreaker Lamia trigger. Who are we putting in? Who's big and nasty? What do we have to do? What do we need to do? We kind of need to draw cards right now. But if we're using, like, Cedrus, we're not actually going to get cast triggers off of Eldrazi, so maybe that's not the way to go. Should have put Jin-Gitaxias in here. Didn't do that, unfortunately. Oh, who are we putting? Lord of Treasurehorn would be pretty funny. How savage do we need to go? Eldrazi are pretty savage. There's an Ulamog. Again, no cast trigger, but still indestructible. Ulamog seems fun. Let's do it. There's the Ulamog trigger. We will go ahead and end the turn. Would I like to use the ability? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. We've got an Ulamog in the graveyard. Mission accomplished. The next step is pulling it out. It's going to be really slow since we haven't ramped and don't have any cards to do so currently. But, you know. See, Champ says Cedrus can unearth it. Nice setup. Yeah. I just wish we had like a rock somewhere to get Cedrus in just a little faster, but it is what it is. Oh no, they got us. Time Spiral. Well, we need a new hand. This hand is not great, so. What do we got? There's an Eater of Days. That one's fun. There's a Mana Crypt. Love it. Rhystic Study card draw. Yeah, so I'm sad that we lose our creature, but this hand is going to be much better than where we were. Sofara says both Blightsteel and Darksteel Colossus. Sounds a bit unimaginative. There has to be better creatures than old school Darksteel Colossus in 3 colors. Yes, there are better Reanimator creatures, but I really just wanted to run all of the creatures that shuffle themselves, because how often do you get to reanimate creatures that shuffle themselves? Not very often. So in that sense, yeah, this deck is almost feels like a deck from like 5 years ago. Because 5 years ago, cheating any of the Colossuses, any of the Eldrazi Titans, that was kind of a thing, right? That was like one of the more powerful things you could be doing in the format. And things have just gotten like smaller, faster, and leaner over the past few years. So like, yeah, there's definitely kind of a 5 year ago vibe to this deck, but it should be fun. We got some other things we can mess around with too. Eater of Days. Might just hardcast that, actually. Too bad no green in Obeka. World Spine Worm, just saying. Yeah, that'd be fun. Says Eater of Days been sitting in the binder for 14 years without a clue how to make it not awful. Yeah, the bad ETB decks. You can look those up. They've been around for a little bit. People have attempted bad ETB, especially in Grixis, because of, what's the card? Lord of Treasurehorn is a really bad ETB commander. And you can run all the Torpor Orb type effects with it. And now that you have, is this the one? Yeah, Tribute Mage. Tribute Mage can go find Torpor Orb and things like that to, make your bad ETBs not hurt you. What up, Eric? But yeah, you can go look those up. People have some, just kind of like brainstormy lists of like all the bad creatures you can run that are significantly better when you have a Torpor Orb in play. Eater of Days being pretty high on that list. A 9/8 flying trample for 4 mana, if you skip that trigger, is actually really good. Strionic Resonator. Copy target triggered ability you control. You control is important right there. Don't want to get got. Also, I'd like it if opponents tap out. Ooh, that's a Perforos. Just so we don't have to deal with like instant speed shoot our commander with the trigger on the stack, or with the card on the stack, because that would be bad. That would be bad if we have to skip 2 turns. How do you get started on MTGO? Very carefully. I'm just kidding. That's a cop-out answer. It's kind of a long story. Essentially, there's a free trial. So it's been like 15 years since I signed up for MTGO, but if it's still relatively the same, essentially there's like a free trial, which is you have very limited cards you can use, and then you buy the full version, which I think is $10. Maybe I'm wrong. And then when you do that, they give you like a set of cards. Like it's not great. I think they give you some like standard legal cards. Then after that, you'll basically want to start building your own decks, and the easiest way to do that is to go to some of the card bots. Basically, there's a bunch of bots that sell cards. MTGO Traders is my preferred one, and you can go to them, and you can either buy the cards directly from them or buy a bunch of tickets, which are the online currency. It's $1 per ticket, and then you can just start building your decks and, use the tickets to buy cards from the bots and all that sort of thing. Helm of the Host coming into play. That is probably the shortest explanation I can give. I did a video on it, and I know some of the other channels have done videos on it too. So depending on specifically what your question is, just kind of do a YouTube search of getting started on MTGO, because there's some content out there for it. It's not like the easiest thing to explain all in one shot. So Helm of the Host trigger, gonna make a golem. Champion Thune saying Void Winnower over Darksteel Colossus. Yeah, but that's not fun. Then it would just be an Eldrazi deck. It wouldn't be the shuffles when it hits the graveyard deck. Which I get it, they're pretty close. Like those things overlap quite a bit, but we're going for the shuffles when it hits the graveyard deck. Also, I just don't like Void Winnower. It's a really nasty card. Entomb. Yeah. So play the Mana Crypt. Somehow we missed lands in 7 cards, but they were all in the last hand and didn't show up again. Heuristic Study is probably a pretty good idea. Eater of Days. Heuristic Study, Eater of Days? I think that's where I want to be. Get the Heuristic Study. Cast this Eater of Days. There's a trigger. I think we'll go ahead and end the turn. Use the ability. Surprise! Eater of Days! We've got a 9/8 flying trample. I feel pretty good about that. Couldn't you cheat Eater of Days into play under an opponent's control? Is there a card that does that? Yes. That card is called Endless Whispers. Careless Whispers is the George Michael song. I always confuse those two. If I play Endless Whispers, I sing Careless Whispers, because you have to. Yeah, Endless Whispers is a card that does that. Also works with Phage the Untouchable, if you wanted to go that route with it too. And Leveler is also in this deck. Opponent casts a thing, we get a Heuristic Study trigger, draws a counterspell. Looking for the land, honestly. Nostro back to play. Endless Whisper is not ideal. I don't know what you're talking about. Endless Whispers is a good time. You have to build around it, and you need it to stay in play, but when you get it to work, it's awesome. Another Helm of the Host? Another Helm of the Host. Ristic Tutty Trigger. We get to draw. There's the land. It's a Cabal Coffers. Not the most useful land. We have one swamp currently. Anyone under the Nurborg? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. What's the new mechanic ability? Exile, get a token copy for each opponent. Encore. Encore is that ability. AKA lots of ETBs. Yep. Someone, a Patreon supporter submitted, it was a 4-color deck. It was maybe like a year and a half ago, I think. It was a 4-color deck with, what was it called? Oh man, I gotta think of it. It was a Phage the Untouchable deck with a lot of that sort of jank, like Endless Whispers and Phage, and Fractured Identity is a thing you can do on Phage also. I think it's like 4-color Phage is the name of it. Timna is one of the commanders, I think. Going back a ways, I kind of forget. Timna and blue-red? Was it minus green? Was that what it was? I can't remember now. But that was a deck I played, so if you're looking for ideas on how to like get funny with Phage the Untouchable and Endless Whispers, there is a list out there for that. You want to buy the full set for Commander Legends on MTGO, kind of a pain. You just have to go around and like buy every card individually. You can use the filters to like just check the entire Commander Legends set. And just, you know, filter down to just a Commander Legends set, but still not like a super easy way to buy the entire set. That's about as good as it gets. Goat Spots is usually pretty good at stocking all the new stuff, so there's that. Ictekit coming back to play. Oh, there's Lord of Treasurehorn. Haha, nice. Might be playing that next. Problem is, if we play... Alright, so we'd have to play Lord of Treasurehorn in the second main, but we wouldn't be able to give it haste. We can sneak attack it, though. No, because then we still have to deal with that ETB. Ugh. Thinking that I should just put Torpor Orb in the deck anyway for these couple creatures that we're using, but it's kind of like... It only affects a couple things. It doesn't affect a lot of things in the deck, so... I don't know. I have a funny feeling about it. Basalt Monolith. Come on, land. Nope, not the land. Identity Thief is cool, though. Do you guys hear background music? Also, there's apparently there's an issue with my overlay. That's kind of annoying. Golgari Signet. Hold on one second. See if we can figure out what happened here. And yeah, there we go. When did that happen? Thing got all messed up. You guys gotta tell me when stuff like this happens. Can't be looking all janky. More card draw? Come on, basic land. There's a land, finally. It's a swamp, too. Set up for that Coffers play. Encore and Obeka, just saying. Yeah, that's a thing you could do, too. I just didn't. You could do the good ETB deck and get really busy with Kiki Jiki, Blade of Selves, Encore, all that sort of stuff. I just chose not to do that. I think Obeka is powerful enough that like it's one of those cards that makes these bad cards good, because if you skip that ETB on Lord of Treasurehorn, it's a 10-4 with Regenerate. This is a 9/8 flying trample. Like, that's pretty serious power to be putting onto the battlefield in like a really mana efficient way. So, yeah. Decided to go the more janky of the routes, but obviously you can make it a good deck if you want to. Yeah, opponent just going to send a big old attack our way. I'm sure we deserve that. We can block one. What's this do? Whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, +1 counter on it. Yeah. No Death Touch, right? Checking for Death Touch. I think we're good. We will block one. Oh, that one's a 3/3, so like we can block this. This has got lifelink. So this might be a play to just like pump up the team. Unless I'm missing something. Houdini asks, will I do more Aurelia videos? Actually, the second half of the stream will be the updated version of Angel Tribal. And I put Athalia's Lancers in there because I really just want to find Akroma. I just want to find a new Akroma with Aurelia and get silly. That will be the goal in the second game today. So stick around for that. But yeah, at some point I will do like a full update on the Angel Tribal deck. I've just been testing through some stuff. A lot of cards have come out over the past year. Haven't been playing it a ton, especially with the updates. Kind of just been playing it like in its old form. So been testing through some stuff, trying to get it modern with the times and see what I'm liking, see what's not great, and all that sort of stuff. As the resident Boros junkie, will I be planning to build Belborka? Yes. At some point, don't know when exactly, but it'll happen sometime soonish. How can I do a vehicle tribal deck? Screams with hope. I've heard of a couple. Vehicle tribal, Depala is an obvious one. What was the other one? There's another Boros commander that someone told me about they did with vehicle tribal with. Oh, God, it'll come to me. Brings back to our turn. We're up to 39. That's cool. Didn't take too much off that hit. Opponent stuff got some plus counters on it, so the ones that remain got bigger. And we have a mana crypt flip. Won the flip. Ooh, Dread. Dread does in fact shuffle itself. Play Blood Crypt untapped. I haven't really figured out what we're doing this turn, but we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana available to our name. That could just be like Dread and Boots. Dread and Boots would be funny. We should probably get the Boots anyway and like at least protect stuff. We could go 4 mana, or we have 3 red mana, so we could go like Sneak Attack, cheat in 2 things, and then end the turn. We would need to, if we wanted to cheat Treasure Horn in, we would need to do that at the end step. Is that going to work? It might. It might work. Yeah, let's get busy with Sneak Attack. Sounds like a plan. Use that one. Use a red. I'm looking for somewhere on my desktop, I have the list of all the Boros commanders. Swan Song! I guess we're going to have to counter that. Counter the Swan Song. It just seems too good. Sneak Attack just seems too good in this deck. Can't be having that. Opponent gets a bunch of triggers. Prowess. Scry and our Ristic Study will trigger. And finally, our sneak attack coming in. Ooh, zombies down. Where did zombies' life go? There's a Perforos in play. We should probably like deal with that or something. Yeah, sneak attack time. Sneak attack this. I think I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go for Dread first because Lord Treasurehorn causes some issues. Go for Dread. Let's do some attacking. I think opponents are conspiring against us in the chat. No, maybe not. What am I doing? No black creatures over there. Okay, so we'll send Dread over to Chaotix. This one to Mock. That, he can just sacrifice in response. I don't love that. Yeah, we'll send it anyway. Send those two over to Mock. And we'll just kind of leave Obeka right there. Aha, found my sheet with all the Boros commanders. Oh, okay. So if you want to do Boros Vehicle Tribal, some options at the top end are gonna be obviously Depala. The other one is Jorkadine. Because you're probably going to have Metalcraft, and you're probably going to give all your stuff 3-0. So those are two really good options. Adriana would not be the worst. Again, for more like pumping and stuff like that. Original Tajik wouldn't be terrible either because of just having Indestructible and just kind of like sitting out there. Original Tajik would be good with a lot of board wipes because he's indestructible, and as long as you don't turn your vehicles into creatures, then they're not going to get hit by traditional board wipes. So those are a couple ways you can go if you're trying to build Vehicle Tribal. It's still Vehicle Tribal. It's a little janky. It's probably not going to be the fastest thing that you've ever played, but still, if you're looking to have a good time, it's something you can do. MTGO is a download. It's like a full application. Uh-oh, opponent gets 2 Avalika triggers. I don't think I'm going to like this very much. Oh, okay. They're going to go 1 at the Nostro and 1 at our face instead of just shooting our commander, which is probably what I would have done right there. But lucking out. Lucking out. Although they've got 2 mana floating and they can like Strionic Resonator something. They do not. People like Galta for vehicles. Hadn't thought of that one. Seems good, though. Galta is just generally good. Okay, so I think if we do this right, we can go... There's the end step trigger for Sneak Attack. No, because if we flash in Lord Treasurehorn right now, then we'd have to do it again on the next upkeep, and we won't be able to do that. If we have one more mana, we could. But we do not. So... Okay, yeah. I guess we just end the turn. Yep. And we paid 1 mana for a Dread with haste. Love it. King Mesar is apparently very good with vehicles. I could see that for the tapping ability. Double vision. I'm sure this is bad. I'm sure this is terrible. Use the heuristic study. Another land. Excellent. You know what this deck doesn't have? Enchantment removal. Image quality is low? What are we talking about? Small Amara who taps, yeah, solid with vehicles. Runs over all the Eldrazi with your Honda. Love it. Rebek and Akiri vehicles could be interesting. Yeah, that could be a decent one. Akiri's cool too because it gets pumped up in power. Some of the vehicles have a somewhat high crew cost, so could be a very reasonable way to go. Opponent casts a Council of Suratami. Draws 2 cards twice. Gets the Scry 1 in there. Prowess trigger. Even KO can't fight Nostro's pull towards multicast Storm. Yeah. Yeah, it says Storm. Like, it wants you to Storm. That's what it wants you to do. Hard to deal with. We have any Reanimates in hand? We do. We have this Apprentice Necromancer. So, KO's only got 1 mana up. That's good. Swan Song's already gone. Atali could have a pretty good turn right here. There's a Ruby Medallion. Heuristic Study. Hammer Perforos. Yep. Heuristic Study again. They missed an opportunity with the new Go for the Throat art with the Secret Lair when Rick bit into the Claimer's throat, just saying. I don't watch The Walking Dead. I'll take your word for it. Oh, it's coming through in 720. YouTube can't afford 1080p right now. Seems fair. Seedry Vehicle Tribal. I have heard of that. I have heard of people using Seedry for Vehicle Tribal. Silas is also good for recouping your vehicles. Yeah, I've seen Akiri Silas decks over the years. Just kind of... A lot of them are Voltron, but you could go vehicles if you wanted to. Here comes Atali indeed. It has haste. What gave it haste? Oh, right, the hammer. Got a hammer. Yep. Atali time. Is Sneak Attack still expensive in paper? Probably. It was just reprinted somewhere, so it should be coming down. But early in the year, I think it was about $20 or so. So hopefully it's less expensive than it was, but I imagine it's probably still at least 10 if I had to take a shot in the dark. Appreciate me not playing Boros? We will in the second game, but I haven't played Grixis in a really long time. I don't remember the last time I played Grixis. I think it was like Nicole Bolas the Ravager or something like that. Opponent casting a bunch of stuff. Treasure Nabber, Primal Amulet, Whip of Erebos. I'm going to turn off auto yields right here. Well, that's going to trigger Heuristic Study a lot. Yep, we will draw. Finding all the lands. Ooh, there's an Animate dead. Perfect. As long as things don't go terribly during Zombie's turn right here. Oh, I meant to... Nope, never mind. Actually, yeah, we could... Let's do this. We're gonna... untap Obeka with 1,000-Year Elixir. And then we're going to tap it and see if they want to end the turn. They do not wish to end the turn. You got to try, right? You got to try. Opponent's attacking us with Perforos. Perforos is indestructible, so Dread will not kill it. Yeah, next turn will definitely be the Helm. I'm sure they'll have the mana for it. Dread tried to kill a god, and it failed. Scoob G says they paid 12 for a foil sneak attack and paper with the most recent printing. So, yeah, sounds like it's come down a decent amount. 12 for a foil seems pretty good. Compared to the 20 non-foils that they were a while back. Mana Crypt trigger for Zombie. Let's see what Zombie's got. I'm just hoping for, like, not board wipe. I'd like to untap with all of our shenanigans here. Nathaniel asks, promise me in the future we'll both end up in a game and both run Vehicle Tribal. That would require me to build Vehicle Tribal. I can do that online. I probably won't expend the effort to do that in paper, so. If you're on MTGO, we'll give it a shot. Diabolic Tutor into the Heuristic Study and Treasure Nabbering some artifacts. That was our Treasure Nabber. Makes me sad. I put it in there for the mana ramp because I just like it. I think it's a good card. Drawn with the Heuristic Study, we have so many cards. Oop, that's a Shallow Grave. Even more fun. Even more fun. Hit a lot of lands right here. What was that, like 5 in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 5 in a row right there. That's fun. The clone kills the god. Yeah. Identity Thief looks cool in this deck. We'll probably take a peek at that this turn. When it attacks, exile another target non-token creature. It becomes a copy of it. Return the exiled creature to the battlefield under its control at the beginning of the next end step. So obviously, we skip the end step part, is what we do. And we'll probably sneak attack it for a single red mana. Because sneak attack is awesome. Wonder if people have ever made a Throne of Eldraine Lord-themed deck. I made an Adventure Tribal deck. That was kind of fun. It kind of just turned into, like, big mana with Kenrith and Zendikar Resurgent, but it was still quite silly. That was before. That was, like, week 1 of Throne of Eldraine, so before everyone figured out that Kenrith is, like, the most insane thing imaginable. Hopefully Identity Thief is no longer bugged. Oh, that would be bad. If you use it on your commander, it would bug the game. Well, Perforos isn't the commander, so hopefully nothing will go wrong. Oh, that's a Living Death. Well, looks like our stuff is not going to make it. That one shuffles. Dread not coming back. Oh, sadness. Sadness. Any way to, like, get this stuff dead? Nope. Nope. Any order. We can potentially get our Treasure Nabber back. That's fun. We have our own Living Death in the deck. Back to the command zone. Well, I was kind of hoping we would draw, like... We have a sneak attack and, like, 1 creature in hand. Ugh. Not ideal. We do something with this. Honestly, a Burnished Heart wouldn't be terrible. Just trying to, like, get rid of lands at this point. We could get wild with, like, actually we have Entomb in our hand, don't we? Yeah, we have Entomb, so we could Entomb, get the Apprentice Necromancer, get something cool. Brings it back to our turn, mana crit. Use Tails. Lost the flip. No other land. Ouch. Found the lands. Swamp, swamp, not a swamp. Play Canyon Slough. No, not Canyon Slough. Play the other one. Smoldering Marsh. Smoldering Marsh is the one we want. Oh, we don't have 2 basics. Rough. Whoops. Whoops. Didn't check that beforehand. Okay. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana available. Start with an Entomb. Oh, you want what we can't do? We don't have Obeka in play right now, so we can't do... We can't get something ridiculous. We have to, like, actually get a good creature. Who's a good creature? Do we put good creatures in the deck? Hellkite Courser is not awful. If we reanimated that, then we'd get our commander back for free. We'd have 2 things in play. What else do we have? Eldrazi. We could have did this in a different order. Could have played the Tribute Mage first, gotten... Well, we'd have to end the turn if we do an Eldrazi thing. I'm foreseeing a problem here with this build is that later in the game, it's really bad to end your turn early. Early in the game, it's fine, but... Yeah, I think Hellkite Courser is where I'm at. Sneak Attack... The Necromancer. Need to leave a black for that. That's right there. Oh, yeah, we're getting tight on mana. Getting tight on mana. Any cool creatures in the graveyard? Perforos. Not really. Nothing really worth Animate Deading. Okay, yeah. Let's sacrifice this guy. Get Hellkite Courser. Hellkite Courser trigger. Opponent's gonna Swords on the Courser. I mean, I guess that's fine. It's annoying, but like it's not the end of the world. I'd prefer they shoot that than our commander. Opponent gets a bunch of triggers. Oh, 2 swords. Where's the second one going? On this Huntmaster, sure. We will draw a card. Volrath Stronghold. Could be helpful. Courser trigger. Put our commander into play. Now what? We've got 2 blue mana up? Might as well. We can get boots. Yeah, boots are a good place to be, I think. Keep this protected, especially with double spells and Volakut. Got 3 mana left. Could just go Tribute Mage. Could also cycle the land. Maybe we go Tribute Mage first. Use Tribute Mage. Couple options. We got more boots, some signets, and the sundial. We'll get the sundial as the backup. And pass like that. Oh, don't F6. Do not F6. That is not a thing we want to do with this deck. A bunch of end step triggers right here. We will go ahead and end the turn with those on the stack. End the turn. Got to discard, get rid of a bunch of stuff. Island, Sulphur Falls. I might cycle that land, actually, since we land flooded pretty hard. Mountain. Fetch. Any creatures worth reanimating? Lord Treasurehorn is fine. But again, we have to do that like double end the turn thing, and that's not great. I guess Bloodstained Mire? Nope, gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. What next? I guess Canyon Slough. All right, there we go. Down to 7. Pass like that. Mana crypt for opponent. That was a tough turn. Why not leave it in the graveyard and reanimate it? Honestly, because I'm like half focused on chat, so thinking through really complex lines with a deck I haven't played before. Little tricky, little tricky. Certainly could have, though. Explosion of Riches. Sure, I'm not going to like this. Oh, this is kind of the bad one. Yeah, I wouldn't run this card. Draw a card, then each other player may draw a card. When a card is drawn this way, it deals 5 damage to each target opponent chosen at random from your opponents. Yeah. We draw a card, another cycle land. It's good to see Lord Treasurehorn in the game again. Yeah. Tricky getting it in, though. Do we want to pay 5 life to draw a card? No, we have a Ristic Study. I just don't think it's worth it. You know, there's a red deck at the table with a Perforos, so it does not feel worth it. Oh, it's random damage? And 2 of them hit us? Wow, that's some... Don't love that. I guess this kind of makes sense in a Storm deck, but still, the random element to it. Why is it 6 mana? Ugh. Here's the second one. We draw a Faithless Looting. Could be helpful. So we're just going to take all of these? Is that how this is going to go? cool. So we get hit with another one. We're going down to 12. Don't love that. Burn spell probably kills us. Zombies down to 4. It's not great. Oh, is a Perforos in play? Yeah, we're totally going to die. Yeah, if he doesn't kill Perforos right here, then it's going to be a real bad time. Ponder and a bunch of things trigger. Heuristic study. It's a Cedrus. Ooh. Cedrus is kind of cool. Get all of our stuff back. Doc's saying the thing about explosion is that you can be punished even if you don't take the draw. Yeah, I just found that out the hard way. It's worded kind of strangely. But now that I've been punished by it, it feels not great. We took 15 off of those. Like, what? It's a third of our life, more than a third of your life. Ugh. It's expensive, but what about Insurrection? Insurrection is just good, but Insurrection doesn't create a trigger at the end step, so you can't respond to it. It's going to scry X. Yeah, this deck definitely needs a Torpor Orb, though, because I'm seeing a problem with, like, Treasure Horn and Eater of Days late in the game here. We need them right now, and that's just not how that's going to work. Send an attack over to Mock. They're down to 13, but, like... Oh, Perforos is gone? Yeah, Perforos is gone. Okay. I was really worried about Perforos. It's actually not in play. Whoops. But still, lots of mana, Valakut, and Hasty Atali with Lifelink and Helm of the Host and a Strionic Resonator. That's a bad place to be. They go down to 10. He's nutty with Storm Count Generator. Yep. Nostro, that is. His abilities aren't good enough. I mean, if you're playing Storm, if you were building like an actual Storm deck, scrying is kind of important because you can find the thing that you're looking for. The other two abilities are like, meh, kind of whatever, but yeah, if you're actually trying to combo and storm off, scrying X is a really good way to win the game. Lazotep plating. You can get 2 of them. The fact that, like, we didn't hit a single Eldrazi from all of our Heuristic Study triggers, like, for our last turn, if we could have sneak attacked an Eldrazi last turn, this game would look a lot different because Mach would have been annihilated. Lost a bunch of permanents, but didn't work out that way. Makes me sad. Nostro's insane with Jeskai Ascendancy? Oh, yeah. Is that infinite? You cast a spell. No, it's not infinite, I guess. It doesn't make more mana, but every spell you cast, you can keep doing the thing. If you're trying to, like, storm, you can scry for the thing you're looking for. That's pretty crazy. You could also get weird with Stuffy Doll and Brash Taunter. Here comes Atali. 6 mana left. Pays for the Heuristic Study. Gonna go down to 5 mana left, exactly enough to equip a Helm of the Host. See who brought anything for that. Equip Helm of the Host. Yep. Get a second Atali, because of course. We aren't just dead yet, but if they hit an extra combat, that would be game. And they're going to have a reasonable chance to do it. Atali to Chaotix, Atali to Zombie, Zombie Scoops. Atali triggers. There's the extra combat. We can probably all scoop now. And Hand Abolisher. Cool. So we're going to get attacked with 3 Atalis. Ristic Study. There's a Wheel of Fortune. Doesn't help. If none of this is removal, then it's basically game. Oh, well, Chaotix is going to Teferi's Protect. That's annoying. We're dead. Exile the land from us. Feldon, Mana Flare. Ooh. Mana Flare, Feldon, Chandra's Ignition. Yep. This is going to be interesting. If they use Chandra's Ignition, then what happens? We probably still die. Yep, we're going to go down. Sadness. Someone fired a swords last turn. I think it was Chaotix, and I don't know. You gotta hold that when Atali's on the scene. Yeah, they used it on our Hellkite Courser, which is like not a great place to use that. You really want to save that for Atali, so that this specifically doesn't happen. It's all the setup artifacts too, like the fact that they had haste really makes it bad. Yep, there's 3 Atalis. Just going to go ahead and scoop right there. All right, so we'll be firing up Game 2 very soon. If you are a Patreon supporter and you want to play in Game 2, hit me up in chat. In Discord. Yep. So yeah, the bad ETBs and the shuffles and all that, they get awkward late in the game. Early in the game, you could just like do them at the end step when like timing doesn't matter that much. But when you need stuff with haste, I was really feeling that. You're like, oh, we can't get Lord Treasurehorn and like use it all on the same turn, which is kind of awkward. So, I think this puts it in like the category of strong jank. If you want to go like using all the bad stuff, but like, you know, if you can get Eater of Days, Lord Treasurehorn into play early and keep them, it will be powerful and you will chew through people's life pretty quickly. It's the removal that kind of got us. The living depth was super bad for us. Bad ETB seems like a silly way to play Obeka, and I'm here for it. Yeah. So, you know, bad ETB is an archetype that's been around for a while. It's not super popular because you have to love the pain of it a little bit, and Obeka clearly makes it like is the best commander for it. But yeah, it does limit how strong the deck can possibly be, because you can't just slam more good stuff later on and have everything be like magical and awesome. But some things didn't go our way either. We caught those 5 lands in a row. If one of those is an Eldrazi, that gets sent into mock, and we probably chew up at least some lands, so they can't just like cast a Tali, put Helm on it, but probably also loses some of his setup pieces too. So a little bit of bad luck. Also, a combination of the fact that like it's just not the best deck. It's fine. If you built like actual good stuff, Obeka, like just all the really good cards, and yeah, you'll be able to do some silly things. What's Chaotix got over here? He's still got like some stuff, but there's 2 Atalis with more Atalis on the way, so he's gonna have to figure something out here. Clear the mind. Target player shuffles their graveyard and their library, draw a card. Okay. He's still got double vision, so like casting a burn spell probably kills him. He could also shoot both Atalis, but he's got a lot of mana, and it's still just like recast Atali, equip boots onto it. He needs to do some stuff. Last turn there was a play that Mock made where he paid for the Rhystic Study, where he could have equipped the boots instead, and at that point I had so many cards in hand that like Andy was going to kill us that it didn't matter. Like if we drew more cards, so small things that can matter if Chaotix finds removal right here. Or he can just tap his commander too, potentially shoot this one. It'll slow him down. Got a bunch of mana on the stack. What's he doing? Is it Chronarch? Okay. Let's get something back. Doesn't have a lot in the graveyard, though. Goes for an Infernal Plunge. Okay, more mana. Of course. Get more mana. He'd be better off with, like, not Infernal Plunge, though. Any of the other red rituals. Seething Song, Mana Geyser. Even Rite of Flame. Don't love having to sack a creature. What's he got? Oh, Mana Geyser. There we go. Doubled Mana Geyser. Is this not working? Whenever you cast... Oh, first spell. He's already cast the first spell. So, Mana Geyser. 10 red mana. Priest of Urabrask, more mana. It is a mana neutral play, but increases storm count. Does he have the finisher? I imagine that he does, just because he hasn't used his commander at all. Oh, Spell Twine, another Mana Geyser. And Chandra's Ignition. Perfect. This thing, oh, yep, this thing's got prowess. Yeah, he's going to get there. He is going to get there. He just used this. I didn't see what he did, though. He has to not misclick on the Spell Twine. That's a thing that happens sometimes. Mana Geyser, Chandra's Ignition. He did not misclick. And a couple more prowess triggers. That's going to be lethal. Chaos got my vote. That was cool. That was definitely cool. All right, game 2. Kind of fire it up. Switch over to the Angel deck. That's not what we want. Need to find the Angel deck amidst all the Aurelia decks. I think it's this one. Make sure it's the one with the Akroma in it. It is indeed the one with the Akroma in it, so we'll do that real quick. Then do this and fire up a game. All right, we have a game. Jank God KO back at it again. Yeah, that was a nice play at the end there. He had the stuff he needed when he needed it. Unlike us, who did not. Won the die roll. We get to play first. Excellent. It is Angel time. Oop, it's in our opener. Oh, this opener is not great, but it's in our opener. Oh. How do I feel about that? Not amazing. I feel not amazing about it. Because we do nothing for multi... Yeah, I'm going to mulligan that. Ouch. Into an even worse? Felden's cool. That's ramp. Don't love these hands? This deck is prone to getting stuck, and this feels like a getting stuck hand. Ew. The shuffler really wants us to get Akroma. Yeah, I guess we're going to keep it and hope for the best. High likelihood we get stuck and do nothing. Don't love it. Don't love it. Enlightened Tutor helps a lot. Play this Path of Ancestry since it comes in tapped. What are we getting? What are we getting with the Enlightened Tutor? Could take a peek at the deck. Sword of the Animists, High Contender, Dowsing Dagger. Pretty good contender. Those do have a bad habit of getting shot, though. Solemn Simulacrum, not terrible because of the card draw. Burnished Heart. Mana Crypt doesn't do that much for this hand. Some hands it helps a lot. This one is a pretty color intense, like it's fine. So I don't think I'm just on Enlightened Tutor for Mana Crypt. Maybe I should be. Well, what if we did? Stop on upkeep. Oh god, it all looks different now. Set stop. If we tutored for Mana Crypt, we would go Mana Crypt this turn, play Greaves. The thing I don't like is that at the high likelihood of running out of cards. So I'm going to wait a turn. Land is interesting. I'm just going to play the boots right here. Ooh, land tax is good thinking. We're on the play, though. Land tax on the play is awkward unless we see like a Cultivate or something out of Mock. Then I might not be on land tax. Impulsive Pilferer. What are opponents playing? So we are playing Aurelia Angels. You guys may have seen this one before. I have played it a few times. And we are facing Pauper R. Bus piloting Breaches and Malcolm. We got Pirates and Treasures. That's going to be fun. You can exile cards from the top of opponents' libraries. Play those cards as though it were mana of any color. Are we on Enlightened Tutor this turn? So we could go like Enlightened into Urza's Incubator. That'll get us to quicker, but we run out of cards. We're still on the... on the run out of cards issue, so that's Aurelia. That's not what we wanted to see. Play Homeward Path. Play Incubator. Don't counter Incubator. Don't. Killing me. Incubator down. That's an important one. That is a very important one. Let's see what happens next turn. If we found a second red... Oh, there's Mana Crypt for opponent. Second red would put me on, like, Felden, and then... probably look at, like, Mask of Memory, sort of the Animus, Dousing Dagger type stuff. Into Commander Sphere. Yeah, Mana Crypt, pretty wild. Into Malcolm. When one or more pirates you control deal damage to your opponents, create a treasure token for each opponent dealt damage. That is Mana Ramp. Seems good. Impulsive Pilferer. Gonna get Chaotix for 1, and that'll create a treasure. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Maybe now we just, like, have to... I don't want to draw Mana Crypt, though. We're in an awkward spot. Take a peek at the deck. What else can we get? Oh, Smothering Tithe is a card we can get. Need a 4th land, though. Yeah. Marisi into play. Pain's gonna start. You would tutor land tax, skip a land drop. We're gonna have to skip a land drop. Punished for not jamming the land tax sooner? Yeah, agree. Oh, there's a Solemn Simulacrum. Now we're on land tax. Thieves Guild Enforcer. It or another rogue enters the battlefield. Each opponent mills 2 cards. Ooh, Faithless Looting. Mountain. Sad about the mountain. Faithless Looting is helpful, though. Huh. I'm going to skip. No. I'm going to Enlighten Tutor for Mana Crypt. Hopefully this doesn't bite us. It probably will. I should probably just get land tax, but I'm feeling like we need to start making impactful plays. Enlighten Tutor for Mana Crypt, so we should have probably just gone for Mana Crypt earlier, but here we are. Mana Crypt. Get Mana Crypt. Cast Mana Crypt. Cast Faithless Looting. Pray for a land. Found a land. Nice. Drop Akroma and Rhea. Play Windswept Teeth. 2 mana. Crack Windswept Teeth. Get Sacred Foundry tapped. And pass the turn like that. All right. We are back in business. Yeah, sometimes I get weird with tutors where, like, I just don't always want to burn them super early when I don't know what I need, especially when you're like looking at an awkward opening hand. That is a place that I will second guess myself a bit. Breach is into play. Yep. Opponent going on the attack. Our other opponents, by the way. Mockfire playing Marisi, deck we've seen on the channel. And Chaotix playing Thieves... No, that's not his commander. Playing Arami of the Dead Tide. I'm going to read that one in a second. Opponent going to hit a bunch of stuff, ping everyone, make a bunch of treasures, do this whole thing whenever more and more pirates. Yep, do the breaches thing. Opponent hits our Selfless Spirit. Pretty sure that's ours. Maybe it was... Oh, hey, you want to know card's terrible for this deck? Selfless Spirit? Oh, that's so bad. Oh, no. Well, probably not going to get to see Akroma. That's unfortunate. That one's owned by Mock. Emberwild Captain. They become the Monarch. That's actually helpful because we can like theoretically swing into them in the air and steal that from them at some point. Also puts focus over that way. We don't have any creatures right now. That's not a thing that we have, so it's not great. Bedlam, creatures can't block. That's a good way to get the Monarch token back. Let's take a look at this commander, by the way. Arami of the Dead Tide, 1/4. Exile cards from opponent's graveyard equal to the number of opponents you have. So 3 typically. Target creature card in your graveyard gains Encore until end of turn. The Encore cost is equal to its mana cost. That's kind of cool. Self-mill type of deck. Bedlam. Silly card. Creatures can't block. What's going to happen here is he's going to send one that way, take the Monarch. These are all going to get goaded, and that's going to be really bad for the rest of us. Need another value effect in hand? Yeah, we do. Pretty badly, honestly. There is a lot of value cards in the deck. Sometimes you just don't catch them, but it is really reliant on having them. Stoneforge Mystic is one of the best early plays you can have, because then you have a creature and you have the either Mask of Memory or Sword of the Animist if you want it. Oracle on top. Yeah, Bedlam is a wacky card. This pinged them. Number of cards in their hand, and that's a bit. It was 5. I am very excited to test this card out. This card looks very good in a lot of decks. Marisi triggers, Monarch triggers. Maybe if we wait long enough, the mill deck will have enough stuff in their graveyard that they'll want to use the Selfless Spirit over there. Or we could run into our Teferi's Protection, and I would probably Teferi's Protect just to save this Akroma. I mean, also Rhea. I love Rhea as a card. I also love this art in particular. This is my favorite art for Rhea. She's more blonde than she is redhead in this one, which is weird and interesting. I don't know. But it's kind of strange that like her hair color changed, and then I think it changed back. Or maybe they went back to the original art. I don't remember. But usually they're more consistent about that stuff with characters. Baron Talarian Archmage. Enters the battlefield, turn up to 2 other creature cards or planeswalker to your owner's hand. Okay. Okay. Let's see what this is going to do. Can return Solemn Simulacrum. Just Solemn Simulacrum. Trying to get that value going. Wait, is this the other one? Oh, God, it's the other one. Wow, I'm an idiot. Oh, God. Good thing someone caught that. Yeah, that's the indestructible one. Wow. I mean, they're both the same mana cost, same power and toughness, and, like, look fairly similar. That's, that changes everything I've said. Forget the last 5 minutes of what I've been talking about. Where's the edit button? Do you get to edit on these live streams? Mana Crypt flip. Choosing. Let's go tails. Won the flip. Cool. Brings it back to our turn. What do we draw? Thran Dynamo. Interesting. More mana ramp. Ramp is good. What are we doing? We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. 6 mana is exactly Gisela and Boots, but no blocking. So with no blocking, meh. 6 mana is also... Do we have enough red? Do we have triple red? Do not have triple red to go Feldon and activate it all in the same turn. We have not enough to cast Aurelia. We don't have enough colors for that either. So probably some sort of... Gisela into Boots might be the best. Oh, God, we're probably going to take so much of that, though. Ugh. We need to draw cards. Gisela into Boots. That's where I'm at. Actually, those are still goated, so we're probably still going to take a hit anyway. Yeah. Gisela into Boots. Oh, you know what else we have? There's a Homeward Path there, too. Anything of ours get stolen? No, but next turn that might be a thing. Got some life gain on the Gisela, though. Oh, yeah, we can just leave that up. Oh, crap. You know what we could have done? Yeah, we could have went Thran Dynamo first. Wow. Punt. That will matter, unless the artifacts get blown up this turn, which you never know. But swing into Mock. Take the Monarch token. Apparently, I'm not playing very good this game. Gotta get focused up. Steal the Monarch. We are the Monarch, and I guess we'll end like that. What do we draw? Draw planes. Lands are good. If they send only the Selfless Spirit our way, then we can fizzle that. Yeah, I should have went this into Gisela. Just completely missed it. So flustered by the Selfless Spirit over there that I don't know where I am anymore. So see if we can get back on track. Got Breaches coming our way. Emberwild coming our way. That one over there, and that one over there. See what opponent's got. No blocks. Can't block. Gonna take the Monarch token back. Breaches and Malcolm trigger. Oh, Steel Shaper's Gift. I like that one. Vampire Tutor. That's a pretty good card. And they can draw whatever they tutor for with the Monarch. Thanks for the reminder, Ian. I might have had too much caffeine. Sometimes you have too much caffeine and then you're like past the zone and you're like too amped up. That is also a possibility. Skull Clamp seems good. Don't know what they can still get this Vampire Tutor. Still get some stuff going. I was hoping they would cast like one of our creatures, so that way we could just steal it with Homeward Path, but they might see that and not do it for that reason. And there's the Vampire Tutor. Looks like they have Rift mana available. Yeah, I think they do. That would be nasty. Check the game chat, see if there's anything happening over here. Nothing doing. Says, well, it's Black Friday, but you aren't at Walmart or Target fighting for a TV, so it can be disorienting. I am not a big Black Friday guy. Historically, Black Friday means I'm sleeping in and probably playing video games all day. That's been my Black Friday plan for years. Not about that life. Yep, there's the Rift. And crushed. Someone has a board wipe. Now's a great time to lay it down. But yeah, not about that Black Friday life. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. People beating each other up for a deal. Get 15% off. 15% is not enough to get me out of bed in the morning. Make it like 50 and then we'll talk. Marisi back to play. Elf back to play. I would love the board wipe off the top. Rift into cast a one-sided board wipe is pretty fantastic. It's about the best you can hope for after someone rifts you without like stopping the rift altogether. Go to bed by 6 a.m. between the rushes and buy cheap DVDs and Blu-rays. Do people even use those anymore? Do those mediums still exist? Swords to Plowshares? Do I say Swords of Plowshares? I think I just say the two really quickly. The Path to Exile I definitely mess up. It's the game. Blame the game. I confuse which one is the game and which one is the card all the time. Path to Plowshares. Sold. Cauldron Familiar. Don't be one of those discard things. Each opponent gains one life, you lose with a knife. Okay, yeah. Part of a combo, though. Careful with that. Winds of Abandon. That's a real card. That card's tricky, though. That card will cause problems. I've seen it happen. So, Feast and Famine is cool. I think we're back on kind of most of the things we did the last time. Play the Plains, play the Mana Crypt. We're probably not going to have enough to do everything, but I think we just kind of do as much as we can here. Play the Thran Dynamo. Also, I totally could have scryed last turn. Why didn't we do that? Leave up Homeward Path. Maybe not leave up Homeward Path? Yeah, it's only the Selfless Spear right now. We can just do it next turn. Thran Dynamo. Gisela. Scry one. A wheel, you say? Wheels are cool. I don't know if we're ready for it, though. I like a lot of these cards, but I think we also need more cards. We'll leave it on top. It's also new. I'm just trying to like play new cards. That's our goal here, so. And then we'll play the boots. And then we'll equip the Greaves. We will steal the Monarch token. Pretty sure it's over here. Yeah. What? Why did Malcolm trigger? Whenever one or more pirates you control deal damage. Oh, is that a pirate? Oh, that is a pirate. Does that say combat damage? Damage to your opponents. That's non-combat damage. Wow. That's kind of crazy. We do get pinged, but we gain some life back. Wow, they exile our Wheel of Misfortune, but we strangely draw into Magus of the Wheel. Cool. I guess that worked out. One for the other. See what opponents got. They got a lot of mana. Yeah, Malcolm, cards that make mana are just good. Cards that can make multiple mana are really good. Wheel gets exiled, but draws into Magus of the Wheel. Task failed successfully. Yep. Somehow it worked out. Yeah, sizable attack coming our way. Or, medium-sized. Opponent spreading around a bit. But we have lifelink, so lifelink can keep us somewhat healthy through all of this. 3 Monarch tokens. Triggers, rather. There's also going to be some pirate triggers. Nope, Teferi's Protection. Gross. Land? We got a couple of our lands. Teferi's gone. You never know when you're going to need that. It's unfortunate. Opponent gets another pirate. When it attacks, look at defending player's hand. You may put a creature card from it onto the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. Return it to that creature's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Oh, that'd be good for Obeka. And they're probably going to Teferi's Protection before their turn ends, which turns off all the sorcery speed removal, which is not great. Yeah, they're just kind of valuing us to death. Yep, there's Teferi's Protection, so sorcery speed removal off the table. And can't wrestle the Monarch token away from them either. Got Hull Breacher for your Azorius control? Yeah, Hull Breacher looks dumb. Imagine Smothering Tithe, but worse. So much worse. Smothering Tithe is like already too strong, and there are outs, like it's optional, that you know, if you have a lot of mana, you can pay for some of those triggers. Hull Breacher, there's no option for that. You can shoot it, which is a lot easier to do, but still. Bedlam is back. Oh, right, Bedlam wasn't in last turn. And Elish Norn would be reasonable against the opponent. That would clean up a lot of their stuff. Cultivate, there it is. Good luck. Yep, thanks. Gonna need it. Gonna need it. Things aren't looking the best. Feast and Famine could, like, propel us into a pretty big turn, though. It's only turn 6. This deck really kind of came out of the gates pretty hard, although I think a Mana Crypt was involved early. When you have a Mana Crypt into a commander that makes you more mana, that's scary business. Allows you to spiral very quickly. see the original Neheb. Or not the Neheb the Eternal. Mana Crypt into that thing. Get all the mana super early. Ugh. Marisi coming our way. Yep, gonna feel this. Marisi trigger is gonna goad all the stuff. Field of Ruin. Commander's in play. Arami. What else has he got for us? Bastion of Remembrance. Yep. Keep our lifelink coming. I think I took Safara out right before this game to fit in some of the new stuff. And, oh, you know, I did put in Angelic Skirmisher, which can give team lifelink. So if we can get to that place, that will be a really good thing. Opponent can attack into Pauper. Yeah, they can do that. Doesn't change their life total at all, but they can do it. Brings it back to our turn. Mana Crypt flip. Tails. Won the flip. Molten Echoes is a cool card, but we are not set up to use it this turn, unfortunately. Okay, so we need to get busy with Feast and Famine this turn. It's a thing that we need to do. I'd like to get Feldon into play. I'd like to get Magus into play. I need to get Feast and Famine into play. Molten Echoes I would also like to get into play before we wheel. Lots to be doing here. That's 5 mana, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, we might be able to get a lot of this done. Question is, do we tap out the artifacts early? Do we tap them out before the second main? That is always the question. We need to get Magus in. Let's get Magus. Move the boots over to it. Yeah, we're just going to have to use the artifacts early. I try not to do that if I don't have to, but we have to. It's the only way we can put the sword on it. Put the sword on Gisela, rather. Oh, we could activate that. I don't think that does anything, though. We want all these. Yeah, go to combat. Send this into... Oh, he's goated. He is goated. Sorry, KO. Sorry about you. It's okay. I'll give him back. I'll give him back. The goad. The goad got us. Feast and Famine. Do we need to float any mana? Yeah, let's float. Just to be professionals. That being the case, we have 5 mana. Maybe we just give up on this stuff and just look for new cards. Yeah, let's do it. I like these, but we need to do more. All the sorcery speed removal. Found it. Ooh, there's a Razi in our graveyard? Oh, Razi is cool. Yeah, we found a bunch of really cool stuff. Play the command tower. Gotta think about when we're gonna wipe the board. Is this the setup turn and then we try to Blasphemous Act? This might be the setup turn and then we try to Blasphemous Act. Okay, what does Karmic Guide get us? Akroma, Rhea. Oh, Razi is so tempting because of the damage. It eats a lot of these creatures. This one flying? Of course it's flying. Why are they always flying? 4. Everyone has a fresh 7, so like if there's removal, then it just shows up. Yeah, I guess it's just burn a chart then. Boots on Burnish Tart. Pass like that. If opponent steals anything really cool of ours, then we can like homeward path it, but I guess it just goes back to the hand anyway. Yeah, if we had the red swords, we could one-sided board wipe with the Blasphemous Act. This deck doesn't have them, though, unfortunately. I opted for maximum number of angels in this deck that I could possibly get in, so that being the case, I only use Feast and Famine just because it makes a lot of mana. It's really good for big plays, so. Oh yeah, Bedlam's still in play, so blocking isn't really a thing. Whoops. Oh, hey now, opponent's going to strip mine our land. Well, guess we have to pop the Burnish Heart then. Don't love that. I mean, next turn, that probably means just our Revelation then. Get some planes, work toward Ameria. Captivating Crew is also really annoying. I see the theme here. I see the theme. All of these are goated. No, not goated. Not goated. Welcome, Steven. Is it Pirate versus Sneak Attack? Yep, something like that. Is it Pirates do a lot of stuff with your deck? Make all the treasures? Mock reveals his hand. Iroas lands ramp. Path to Exile, Beast Within, Iroas, Curse of Opulence, Sarah Ascendant, Hollowed Burial is a real card, and Sky Shroud Claim, so he's probably going to play some removal. Sarah Ascendant going on the attack. It's actually, that won't hit us too badly. We have only one creature out, so with Hollowed Burial, it just goes back to the bottom, and I'm fine with that. Ooh, opponent goes down to 7. That's such a big hit. Doesn't like that Marisi deck. Malcolm triggers a bunch of times. Exiles some stuff. Gets our Sajiri Shelter. Let's see what they got. Null Priest of Oblivion. Enters battlefield if it was kicked. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, Bedlam is really good with Marisi. Just keep goading everything. Just watch people's life totals melt. That's the name of the game. It's turn 7, and like, this has been a highly aggressive game. Built Jared Carthalion to be Boros Voltron using green ramp. Yeah, that could work. I've attempted that in the past with like Samut and some other stuff. Pay 2? Oh, no, I'm not going to pay 2. We do not have to. We'll just sacrifice our creature because we don't care that much. Yeah, you can build some really powerful decks doing that sort of thing. I'm still not sure. I need to look at like Jared Carthalion more and just, what do you do? What do you do with that commander? Need to sit down and figure it out. Not sure you would run Null Priest in Arami. Let's see. Enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, return target creature card from your graveyard. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because you can't kick it from the graveyard, so totally makes sense. Marisi's back. I think it was just tapped last time. You built Jared Carthalion with all the Boros Reknar type of plays. Yeah. Love it. Boros Reckoner is a fun card. And it's all of its friends. Skyshroud Claim, yep. Forests first, then Hollow Burial. There's the Hollow Burial. Put them all on the bottom. Love it. Love it. That's so many creatures. Is that 16 creatures? No, that's 12 creatures, because math. Yeah, that board wipe needed to happen. Really, for the Angel deck to be successful at all, a board wipe needs to happen. When two of them are stuck together like this, it's not ideal. Usually you want one in the opener. You think Jared encourages a group slug type deck? Gahiji, Pillow Fort a bit. It's interesting. It's certainly interesting. Star of Extinction. And opponent gets themselves a Sarah Ascendant. Yep. Yeah, that worked out beautifully. So the threat has been slowed down. Rift is in their graveyard. Not to say they can't get it back, but I feel better with Rift being used already. And now we can start doing our own stuff. What's even in our graveyard? We have Gisela. Gisela's cool for the lifelink. Felden. Felden is interesting. Karmic Guide gets Rhea. Rhea is really good. Boots on Rhea seems like a fun time. Yeah, but I think it's got to be Rhea. If we untap with it, things get wild. So there's that. Opponent's gonna kick a Skyclave relic. You know, we also have enough to just go Aurelia, Angelic Skirmisher, and like gain a bunch of life, but there's no creatures in play, so I think we have like a little bit of time before we need to do that. So bring it back to our turn. Mana Crypt. Oh, we have a Feast and Famine too. Yeah, we should probably think about Feast and Famining something. There's a Boros Signet. Signet is cool. Let's get Karmic Guide. Oh, God, I forgot to scry. Always forget to use my Path of Ancestry. Ugh. Karmic Guide, get Rhea. Sword on Rhea. Nope, not that. Boots on Rhea. Do some attacking. Hit Pauper. Oh, we could kill Mock, but Mock just did us a huge favor. So we're not going to do that. Sword of Feast and Famine trigger. We steal the Monarch. Our lands untap. Excellent. Next steps are Solemn Simulacrum, Signet, Solemn Simulacrum, Angelic Skirmisher. So get the Signet. Get Solemn Simulacrum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on 6 planes. We don't have Ameria yet, but I also want to leave some planes in the deck in case we run into Ameria Shepherd. Because we're down to 2 planes, so I'm going to get a mountain right here. I've had it come up where I have no planes left for Ameria Shepherd, and that's a bad time, so going for the mountain. Play Angelic Skirmisher. Oh, Ray is probably going to get shot. They're going to Beast Within the Boots. No, I don't think they have enough removal to get through Rhea yet. Fantastic. Play Angelic Skirmisher. Now we'll scry. Mask of Memory is super helpful. Leave that right on top. If nothing else, even if our board gets demolished, we can still go Aurelia, Mask of Memory. So, feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good after that sequence of events. And we get to draw a card. There's the Mask of Memory. Beautiful. Beautiful. Pass the turn. Mana Crypt for opponent. Solemn pre-combat would have given us an extra land to untap. That is a great point. That is a great point. We would have used the mana rocks to do it, though. I try to hold the mana rocks up if I can. Sometimes you don't always get to, but... I don't think it really impacted us that much just because, no need to play either of these. So, Skyfire Phoenix, Flying Haste. When you cast your commander, return it from the graveyard to the battlefield. Check, they did that. They cast Malcolm Keen-Eyed, so both of them coming in. Nice little play right there. And gonna Encore the Pilferer. Yep, get a bunch of them. Oh, we still can't block. Oh, the lifelink, not gonna help. Are they just gonna Skull Clamp them? Sure. Yep, Pilferer is going down. Opponent's going to draw some cards. Seems pretty good. Looking for answers. So, if we untap with this board state... let's go lifelink. It's not really going to matter. But if we untap with this board state, and opponents don't have removal up, then I think we can kill the table with Akroma in our graveyard. And that would be, a significant power upgrade to this deck. It really reduces the clock that you need to take down the table. So that's definitely a thing. We'll see if opponents are onto it. Hopefully Mock taps out, but I don't know if he had enough gas in his hand to spend all of his mana, so I assume that he's going to be holding stuff up. Which is not great. Opponent hits, takes the Monarch token. Gonna get some treasures. Yep. Gonna do some more clamping. Yep. More clamping. And the last one gets sacrificed. Draws with the Monarch. Up to 13 cards. And I will be back in about 30 seconds. Nope, that's an Immortal Sun. Ether Flash and Elishnorn? Yeah. Problem is when you have Ether Flash, people just don't play anything. They like just shoot the Ether Flash before they do stuff. Do I like Sky Hunter in Aurelia? Actually, I haven't tested it yet, but it looks really good. Like, if you're playing equipment Aurelia, it just looks too hard to not play. So, yeah, haven't actually used it, but I just, like, it has to be in the 99 of that deck, right? I can't imagine a world where it's not. Choose lifelink again. Again, it's not going to matter. But opponent only left up mana for the path. Mana for the path does kill our Akroma, which I don't love. How do we deal with that? Our Sajiri Shelter's been stolen by someone. It's not ideal. Also, our Teferi's Protection. So that being the case, we need to find like a strip mine. If we could strip mine this, then not... Path's gonna keep us off Akroma. Don't love it. Don't love it. Arumi back to play. Derek says happy holidays and hope the pandemic thing isn't treating me as bad as it is other people. It's been not great. Like it's still not great. One of the things I realize is that like because people can't play Magic in paper, people don't watch as much Magic content. And it's the same for me. Like if I'm playing Path to Exile, I'm watching Path to Exile content because it's a very complicated game. But if I'm not playing Path to Exile, I don't watch PoE content. So there's definitely some of that going on in the Magic world right now, which isn't the best. I mean, as far all things considered, yeah, it hasn't been terrible. I haven't lost anyone, so that's all great. But, it's still not amazing. I would love for the virus to be over, sooner rather than later. You might try to make a Stuffy Doll deck with Jared. Yeah, Stuffy Doll decks are fun. I did the Feather Reckoner deck a little while back, and it was like a year ago or something, which is, it was a different take on Feather, just to kind of spice up the Burn archetype. I also did a Gisela Burn deck recently. Gisela Burn is insane. Gisela is such a ridiculous card. Commander is 50% strategy, 50% politics. Love it. You decided to pick up the Wylith Precon because of my Aurelia decks and used it as a reference. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Boros equipment, I've played so much of it that I'm kind of in a place where, like, it's sort of homogenized for me. Most of the decks kind of look very similar now. Neheb, Sun Titan, all the free equipped creatures, all the tutors for equipments. All that stuff's pretty much locked in for me. There's not like too much that which also makes it really tough to change cards because everything's kind of locked in where I want it. So, but yeah, Weapons of War is a great reference if you're looking to build any Boros equipment deck. Oh man, so do we need to bait them right here first? Like, I want to just go straight for Akroma, but I know they have a Path of Exile in hand. Yeah, I'm going to try to bait them. We're going to go for Razia. Oh, we got a super chat. Marcus Aurelius. You are awesome. But the message says, you are awesome. No. You are awesome. Choose heads or tails for the coin flip. Yeah, we need to do that. Tails. On the flip. Get our card with Rhea. I love Rhea so much. I know it's 9 mana, but when you get it, and you get untapped with it, it's so good. I know it's like the clunkiest thing ever. You never want to see it in your opener, but when it works, it is wonderful. Am I going to pay the Echo? We don't have that much to do. Yeah, we're just going to let it go. We have Rhea. So the plan is going to be something like Mask of Memory, Aurelia. One of our things is going to get shot. Just going to have to deal with that. Oh, actually, we probably could have paid because we have Feast and Famine. I don't know what's going to make it here, though. I guess we still have time. Yeah, maybe we do pay. Maybe we do pay. I don't usually pay, especially if I know I can get it back. But I think just an extra body right now is helpful. And it's a Sun Home. Sweet. Play the Sun Home. Play Aurelia. We'll use the Path of Ancestry like a professional, like I always forget to do. We'll get to scry one time. Full Shock Battlemaster is awesome if your meta has other equipment decks. You know, I've looked at that one, and I've never pulled the trigger on it, but I should probably give it a go. Bonder's Enclave on top, I think that's actually good enough if our Feast and Famine sticks and if the table just doesn't just die, like I want them to. That's actually pretty good card draw with Feast and Famine, and it's just good card draw in general. And that's the thing that we've been needing, so I'm going to leave that right on top. We're going to play this Mask of Memory. We're going to put the mask on who am I comfortable losing? I guess I'm comfortable losing the Angelic Skirmisher. If they want to shoot that one, then so be it. Because Aurelia is probably going to eat the path. So I don't think we're getting two combats necessarily. Although he probably tries to path whatever one we send in his direction, so we could send Rhea in his direction. No, that's not flying. Oh, there's no blocking. Cool. No blocking. Love it. Let's roll. Angelic Skirmisher. First combat, I usually go for Lifelink. And then the second one, I'll usually go for Vigilance. Unless the first strike is very relevant. It's not, because there's no blocking. But, yep, here it comes. Here comes the path. We presented them with a tough choice, but I think it's still Aurelia. Yeah, he's going to shoot Aurelia. Because you have to. Because you have to. Pauper's got some action. That's actually scarier. Multiple removal spells is bad. Gonna dual caster mage. Yep, I think we're losing two. Next question is, do you shoot the Angelic Skirmisher? Next path, where's this one going? Putting it on the Razia. Okay. I wanted Razia, but, you know, I like Razia. It's really good. Razia is surprisingly good in this deck. Even though it's expensive and it's like a little clunky and all that stuff, the fact that it has haste and comes in with haste naturally does make it valuable in the late game. So it looks like we're going to ramp 2. Get a mountain. Get another land. I think I'm going to get our 7th Plains. Yeah, I'm going to get the 7th Plains just in case we run into an area. Back to the command zone. Angelic Skirmisher trigger. Lifelink. So Path is gone. Still a Beast Within in hand. I guess we can just take them out right here. So send that into Mock. Send Pro Black, huh? Oh, there's still no blocking. There'll be blocking if they die. Yeah, I think the rest into Pauper then. Chew through as much life as we can. Uh-oh, KO's got cards. Don't love it. Don't love it. Eating all the removal. Evacuation. Oh. Really, KO? Really? Well, that makes me sad. So sad. Basically just blanked our turn with that. That was really good. 1 mana open, pass the turn. Ouch. We got time walked. Nice play, KO. Games that are swingy, and have a lot of damage going through them are the most fun. It feels like everybody's contributing and doing something. Yeah, I agree. So, like, you know, most of the time I don't care if I lose a game, but you just want to feel like you're able to contribute to the game and like you had a chance when you started. And yeah, if you're able to like get some attacks in there, able to do some cool stuff, then even if you lose, you know, you can feel all right about it. I get really frustrated when like my deck just doesn't do anything, or you know, like this deck does get stuck if you draw all the 9 drops in your hand and like no faithless looting. But that can be frustrating. It's frustrating if someone just brings a deck that's like way stronger. And, you know, for me, it's frustrating when I know the deck they're playing is way stronger. Like you just sit down and I'm like, that deck's going to win. And then that deck wins. And then I get super frustrated. That sort of stuff will bother me. Like when I kind of know the outcome before the game has happened will be super annoying. So yeah, you know, you want to feel like you have a chance and you want to feel like you contributed to the game. That's what I'm looking for out of a game with Commander most of the time. So opponent coming back our way. I'm also sad because we didn't get to gain any of that life that I was planning to gain. And also we're going to have to like hard cast Rhea at some point, which is not ideal. That's not a thing you want to do. This deck could probably use a sneak attack. Sneak attack's kind of wild. Opponent leaving some mana up over there. Not the best. Probably more removal to crush our soul. This deck could use like more haste. It's always been a problem. Not too many of the angels have haste, and you just want them to. You want them to. You need more boots, but deck slots are so tight. Do I like Kamal and Akroma as a pair? If you have them both in a game, you're probably about to win, because that's so much damage. But the fact that they're both really expensive to get into play does make me a little bit worried. The way that Commander is kind of like shifted now is that you do need to be getting value from your commanders early, and they don't give you that. Now, you could build the deck in a way to accommodate for that. Like if most of your deck is like cheap and medium cost creatures, then it probably isn't that bad. But you know, sometimes you'll just feel it where like you just need something out of your commander in the early to mid turns, and if you're not able to get it, that can be a little frustrating. So yeah, I mean, if you're able to assemble both of them, game's probably going to end because that's so much damage, but you got to be able to survive those early turns. So if you're doing that, you could think about running a lot of board wipes, running like maybe 6 or 7 of them to slow the game down to your pace. Make sure you run a ton of ramp. That's the thing that you're going to want to do. Probably some spot removal too, just to kind of throw people off tempo-wise. That's going to be a big thing. So, you know, slowing the game to what you want to do will be a key part of that. So it's not exactly the pair that I would run first. I would probably run something a bit cheaper if I wanted Akroma or Kamal as kind of the big finisher. But you could there's certainly ways to make it work if that's the way you want to go. So that is an Iroas into play. Iroas, super impactful card. Jessica was Kamal's sister. In a bit of rage, he delivered a mortal wound to her. She sought out Braids and the Cabal Patriarch, who transformed her into Phage. Simultaneously, Kamal went into the forest and took a vow and became a druid. Interesting. I'm not really big on the Magic lore. It's not that I don't like it, I just don't follow it that much. Generally, I find it, like, hard to locate. I just want it all to be in one spot so I could just, like, sit down for a couple days and read through it all, but it's all kind of, like, scattered in a million different places. Someone just send me a PDF of the entire Magic story, and then I'll just work my way through it. That's what I want. Kamal Pit Fighter took the vow, became Druidic Vow, Fist of Krosa. Yeah, love it. Makokoro, each player can draw a card. Sweet. You have the Onslaught book? Nice. I have the original Ravnica books. I've only got about halfway through the first one, though. Story-wise, it's, like, fine. It's sort of convoluted. Lots going on. Agros Koss is, like, not the most interesting Boros character either. He's fine, but anyway, back to our turn. Mana Crypt lost the flip. Oketra's Monument is some pretty relevant cost reduction. Ooh, Pulse Mage Advocate. Oh, yeah. Pulse Mage Advocate on this board. In this economy? Absolutely. What can we get back? We can get Akroma back. Akroma is cool. What else can we get back? Don't need the wheel, per se. Felden is fine. Felden, yeah, I think we're on. Pulse Mage Advocate, get back Akroma. We could cast Aurelia, and Aurelia's not going to make it. There's just no way Aurelia's going to make it. There is too much open mana and too many cards between our opponents for that to really be a thing. Yeah, okay, so let's... Oketra's Monument. Let's Pulse Mage Advocate. We get to make a token. Excellent. Blockers, if we can ever get rid of the Bedlam. Boots on the Pulse Mage Advocate. It is booted. Nice. Guess we do we try Aurelia? Yeah, I mean, I guess we try it. So much mana. Yeah, it's going to be a bit. It's going to be a bit. All right, Path of Ancestry. Use some of that. Use some of that. Guess we burn the Signet. No, maybe we don't. Try to tap our mana in the most efficient way possible. There's an Aurelia. Oketra's Monument. Scry trigger. Forceful Denial, counter spell Cascade. Yep, thought something like that might happen. Still some open mana over here, which makes me nervous. Burglar Rat, each opponent discards a card. Oh, that's interesting. Because now we can discard the Rhea. And Get that back. Opponent tapping up the man. Dual caster mage. Gross. Well, all they can do is, like, copy the counterspell. They can cascade, though. Would they copy the... Would they counter the burglar rat? What is this targeting? I can't tell. Is it targeting the burglar rat? I think it is. Bummer. No burglar rat. I was going to discard Rhea and do awesome stuff. Ah, sadness. All right, so Aurelia is going to get countered here. Oh, you know what we can do, though? We can send Aurelia to the graveyard and then just pull her out with Pulse Mage Advocate. Yeah. Pulse Mage Advocate so far has been really good against counterspells. Send to the command zone? No. Only problem is we can't then Karmic Guide for Akroma and also use Feast and Famine. Let's cry. Miraculous Recovery is a wonderful card. Let's keep that on top. So they're out of mana, they're out of mana. KO's got a little bit left. Who's got the most lands we can give back? Mock has some lands. We'll give him some lands. Choose target creature. Get Aurelia. What we could do is go to combat. We don't have a way to give haste, though. Not at least during the main phase. Do we go for it? Do we think Chaotix has removal? I'm going to go for it. I think it's too awesome to not do. Let's try it. If we get blown out, I don't even care. Let's just do it. Get Karmic Guide. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, and I want to make it happen. Hopefully it doesn't go terribly. We got a super chat. Tron. Does PJ read super chats? I do. It just takes me a while sometimes, especially if I'm in like a complicated turn and if I fall behind on chat. But today I feel like I'm pretty on top of it. We got to work out a better system for that, but we'll get there. But thank you. You are awesome. Karmic Guide coming in. What, talking normal speed with all the pauses and stuff? Yeah, you know, there's like breaks in what I say. Antediluvian, another super chat. You are awesome. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm thinking about what I'm doing here. Don't screw this up. Don't screw this up. Get Akroma. Yes. Anyway, Thanksgiving was yesterday. I really do appreciate all the support everyone's given to me over the, especially over the past year. Especially over the past year. Can't say that enough. It's been a tough year for everyone, myself included. So, I really do appreciate you guys, and it's been awesome. So, anyway, we have an Akroma. Yeah, we have an Akroma and an Aurelia. Clicked on the wrong ones. We're going to move these boots. Unfortunately, we can't reanimate something else until we move the boots back. More haste. More haste needed, sadly. We're going to put the mask on Aurelia. We're going to go to combat. Hope we don't get crushed. There's an Akroma trigger. Let's do it. Let's do it. Chaotix holding up priority. No, this is going to go terribly. Our stuff gets bigger. Aurelia's a 6/7. Oh, Akroma doesn't pump herself. That's disappointing. Okay, let's get rid of Mock. Mock is bad news for us. Let's attack Pauper. Pauper does have a flyer. No blocking, though. No blocking. None of those can get through. Yeah, let's roll. Here we go. Aurelia trigger. Yes, yes, come on, go. Go. Although once blocking's up, then that's a concern. Mock goes down. Excellent. That turns on blocking again, and like our deck blocks pretty well, so that's good for us. There's the Mask of Memory trigger. We also get the Monarch trigger. But if no blocking were a thing, we'd also just annihilate everyone. Draw 2 cards. Smothering Tithe, Miraculous Recovery. Let's discard the Rhea. Back to combat. Here's the second one. Aurelia is now a 9/10. Got there. Mission accomplished. All right, we got a 4/4 flyer we got to deal with. If we send both, they have to block and they go to 1. Yeah, let's do it. Have to block and they go to 1. No, they'll survive at 4, I think. Block the big one. Still, it gets this off the table. And we'll chew through most of their life, so all seems like a plan. Oh, also that one has trample. Yep. Opponent goes to 4. Down goes their commander. Bam. All right, move the boots back to Pulse Mage Advocate. And now we can reanimate Rhea at the end step, which will be even more fun. Pulse Mage Advocate, been so good. Field of Ruin, gonna shoot our thingy. Sunhome going down, losing all of our lands. Get a mountain. Had to roll no Feast and Famine this turn, but I just really wanted to do the Akroma Aurelia thing. That's been on the to-do list. Boots get moved. Nope, more action still. Nope, KO tapping out. Monarch trigger, end step. And it's landscape. Yeah. All right. So that was a cool turn. Got to do a lot of the things that I wanted to do, and it was wonderful. All right, I'll try to catch up on chat a little bit here. Kaza Royal Chaser, Mizzix. Yeah, it's all fun stuff. Mizzix is generally better. It's so powerful. Cost reduction is ridiculous. Kaza's fun, though. Someone in chat, someone in Discord has been playing. Uh-oh. Captivating Crew. That's not a card we want to see. What? Oh, God, we're going to get our stuff stolen. Oh, no. Oh, or not Aurelia. Oh, God. This is how you lose games, getting Aurelia stolen. What can we do? We could potentially reanimate something. We'll probably have to. Rhea is the reanimation target. Only 3 mana left. Oh, but it was 4 mana, and they're going to... Ooh. Stealing Akroma is bad. Oh, God. Well, this is going to be bad. Remember that Homer Path that got shot like 10 turns ago? That one can't attack. That one shouldn't be too big. That one will get a little big. Oh, it's a 5/5. Yeah, 5/5 is pretty big. everything our way. Don't love it. Don't love it. Those are on the... Well, that one's on the ground. There's the untap trigger. Yep. Okay, so Pulse Mage time. Opponent can have a bunch of lands. What can we get? We can get Rhea, Gisela, Magus of the Wheel, or Felden. I mean, I think it's probably Rhea. Rhea can block that one safely. Does Gisela First Strike Lifelink help us at all? It might actually. That might actually be enough life to matter. So it would soak up a bunch of damage. Okay, let's do the math. So that one we can block. We don't care about that one. We'll probably trade all the tokens in for it. Akroma's still going to be a 6/6. So that Akroma's going to get us for 12. Basically, no matter what we do. This one we can block somewhat profitably. Aurelia can get us for 6 and then 9. Oh my god, that's so much damage. Where if we take a 6 from Akroma right here, that'll put us to 9. And then in the second combat, we're gonna have to block all of the oh god. The problem is Gisela can't survive to the... Oh, maybe it can if we... It can if we eat a Dualcaster Mage, but then that doesn't solve all the damage that's coming in. So... The second one's still going to be 9. It's going to be 6, then 6 again is 12. Puts us to 3. Ugh. We block that one. I don't know if we can survive this. Does anyone see the line? Does anyone see the line that makes us not die? Because the other line is use Rhea, block the Skyfire. Then Rhea's still a blocker for the second combat. On the second combat, block Skyfire again, and then block Aurelia with the Karmic Guide, and then we take 12. Yeah, so I think it's got to be Rhea. It's got to be Rhea. Hopefully don't mess this up. No, I think we might still be dead, actually. Okay, so first combat, not blocking that one. Put 2 tokens in front of this Dualcaster Mage. Put Rhea in front of the... Yeah, I guess it's got to be the Skyfire, right? In front of the Skyfire. That's going to be 12. It's going to put us to 3. Oh, then we just die anyway. Yeah, I don't think there's any way around it. Oh, that sucks. We need the other Akroma. We need the pro-white Akroma is what we need. Also, yeah, block like that. I mean, I had Homeward Path. They just shot it, right? So if we had Homeward Path, that solves the problem. But yeah, what's also unfortunate is that we didn't get that Angelic Skirmisher hit. We were going to gain a bunch of life with Lifelink. And, you know, having 10 extra life right here would be really big. Also, we have only a red mana up, so, like, that doesn't help with swords or path. Because Mask of Memory is going to trigger right here. We get the loot. Angelic Arbiter. Oh, no! Oh, if Pulse Mage was untapped. Oh, if Pulse Mage was untapped. Oh, that saddens me so much. There was no way to know. Discard Angelic Arbiter. Akroma triggers again. Yep. Opponent doing the thing that we're supposed to be doing makes me not happy. Maybe they split it up and we can, like, wiggle our way out. We'll see what happens. Nope, there's Akroma. I don't think this is going to work. I think, yeah, Ray just gets trampled over, I think, but... yep. Sadness. Yeah, block that one. Block that one. 2 board wipes in hand, yeah, but everything happened, like... That all happened at instant speed, so the board wipes don't help. Also, never found Avacyn. If you dropped an Avacyn, then yeah, you just wipe the board like crazy with our Rev, but... Champ says, Pauper played our deck really well. Yeah, he did. He did the thing we were trying to do. Makes me sad. Yeah, I'll give it to him. Those were nice plays. Those were nice plays. He's at 4, though. Chaotix just, like, needs a creature that he can turn sideways or do something with this Bastion of Remembrance. So many things that just, like, piled up in that game. And that's what makes it interesting. Like, you know, all the little things that happened. We had the Homeward Path, which is the counter to everything they were doing. We had Teferi's Protection in the deck, which they cast on our behalf. That also solved that problem. The decision I made on our last turn to not use Feast and Famine. If I use Feast and Famine and get an untap, then we have Angelic Skirmisher. And Angelic Skirmisher gives all of our stuff lifelink, so we probably gain enough life to outrace the damage that they're doing. So, you know, just decisions matter. Decisions matter. KO gonna use Makokoro. KO needs to have something. I don't know what he has or what he's been doing, but... Does he have creatures in his graveyard? Not really. Well, he's got a Demon's Disciple. I would get that back with Phyrexian Reclamation and get rid of this thing. Phyrexian Rager, sure. Yeah, the post-game voting thing is new. What do I think about it? I think it's a nice way to try and foster a bit more community. Like, with us, with the Patreon group, it's fine, because, like, we all talk about the game afterwards, and, you know, that helps a lot. If you're just playing open games of Magic Online, the community aspect of things really struggle, and you'll see a lot of pub stomping and stuff. So, you know, that gives away... It's a nice little thing that, like, they didn't have to do that. I think it's a nice feature, because, like, in Heroes of the Storm, you know, I'll play that periodically, and, like, if I have a really good game, it feels really good if people upvote me at the end, right? Like, if I play the game of my life, and, you know, I have, like, 10 kills and no deaths, then, you know, it's something. It's kind of something to fight for beyond just, like, winning the game. It's like, all right, if I can win the game in a really cool way, or just, you know, do something really cool, it's nice to have, like, that validation. And I guess that's, like, that's our modern society. We all crave validation from the internet. So I get it. It makes sense. It is weird having things pop up, though. I'm still getting used to that. Yeah, waiting to see Akroma's Will. Akroma's Will right there, actually, I think what it did. We could have given our stuff indestructible and then blocked profitably, I think. It's in the deck. We just didn't see it at any point. I didn't see what happened. I was taking a sip. Where did his creature go? Did he play the Demon's Disciple thing like I talked about? I guess I can check the game log. Yeah, Demon's Disciple, getting rid of the Captivating Crew. Okay, yeah. Encore, here comes Encore, yep. Chaotic's still at 12, so he's got healthy life. How much power is this going to have? What is this equal to? Lands defending player controls. It does have trample. Oh, that's going to be a problem for him. Oh, yeah, protection from all colors, saves from the crew. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. Using our own deck against us makes me sad. So the goal was to use Aurelia and Akroma together, and that happened, but in sort of the wrong way. It happened against us and not for us. It's not how you draw it up when you go into the game. Yeah, I agree. It does foster a bit more sportsmanship with the new voting thing. Can he survive? I think he goes to 10. He doesn't have a mana crypt, does he? 13. I'll go to 1. Goes to 1. Bastion of Remembrance. He'll gain a life. Opponent will lose a life. Opponent at 2. So they're going to go to 1. 2 goes to 1. 1 goes to 2. Skull Clamp. Draw 2 cards. You want to see Elephant Tribal again? I've been kind of down on janky tribes, although I did play the Tree Folk tribe today, but Commander's gotten so fast now, and just everything's so good. Like, even if you just kind of like throw a pile together with a commander, it's probably really good now. Makes it hard for jank tribes to succeed. Like, the cards you run in Commander now generate so much value, and playing a 3/4 elephant with vigilance just doesn't do that. So you need a pretty casual setting for the jank tribes. So, you know, a thing that I posted on Twitter the other day was a poll of which era of Commander do you like better, 2012 or 2020? And it was fairly evenly split. I think it was like 47 to 52 or something like that in some change. And, you know, people kind of split on the old Commander versus new Commander. New Commander has a lot of good stuff. You know, one of the things I was thinking about was when I was playing the draft that we did last week, when you get to like turn 13, 14, and you just don't have things to do because you ran out of cards, that happened in old Commander. And like, if you're waiting for the turns to go around and you're just like not impacting the board every turn, it doesn't feel the best, right? Now, it's a trade-off. Like, there are cool things about having a lot of time to set up and do some really wacky stuff. But at the same time, if you get hammered with removal and you're sitting there on turn 12 just kind of like waiting for the game to end, that's not the best time either. Like, at some point, you're just like, please kill me. Please end the game. So, you know, there are pros and cons to each. Did I do the Pirate Tribe deck yet? No, not yet. We'll get there eventually. I want to work through some of the tribal updates and things like that. Champ, can we pick right before Partners came out as an option? So like mid 2016 or something like that? Yeah, that'd be a cool time to go back to. Cadix goes in for the win. Gets him. I don't know. Who do you vote for? Did we already vote? I think we already voted. Chaotix got the votes. Is the winner. Yeah. Tied for the most votes. All right. We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. You know, if you want to support, be sure to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/commanderreplay. Follow me on Twitter. I post polls and stuff about cards. If you want to get little tidbits on cool cards that I've been using lately, having success with, check me out there. Twitter.com/commanderreplay. But anyway, yeah, we'll be back sometime soon. I want to start streaming a little bit more frequently as opposed to once a week. But at the very least, we'll be back on Friday. Maybe sooner. Maybe sooner. We'll see. But Commander Legends Week going on the channel still. So you want to check out Commander Legends cards. I'm trying to run as many of them as I can, especially like trying to include new stuff into 99 as well. Just get a feel on everything going on. So be sure to check out some of the videos. But yeah, with that, thank you guys and have a good rest of your night.